started working at the diner. It serves as a reminder to count your blessings, cause this town ain't fair. They'll put you down and leave you there, don't make them scared. Yeah, that's the truth. How they coming for you.
Welcome back to WAMO 2022, everybody. We got a barn burner of a match to start us off here. As there's Matt Graff of Black Saddle. He's joined alongside Steve Diker, Bob Anderson, and John Pilgrim. They're going to be taking on Bull Shooters. Should be a fun one. Who's on the Bull Shooters team here? Demetrius Canapage, Jim Zilmer, Robbie Wisemith, and Ryan Larshed, or Lars just for short. That's what everybody calls him, so that's what we'll be calling him. Well, here we go, folks. Should be a good one. Thanks for joining us here. Alongside me, Mr. Ryan Mooneyham. I'm William Stuart. Sean Green will be joining us here in just a moment's time for our coverage of this one.
Just to get everybody caught up, and what you're going to witness tonight is we have a round-robin bracket with 6 Division I teams, 4 players per division. They will play 7 legs. It will be open-in, master out, 501. They'll have different shooting orders, different players in each order. The 7th leg will have all 8 players in the match. The goal of today is to win as many legs as possible, the top 2 teams coming out of your division to make the finals for tomorrow. We do have last year's state championship team in here. They open up our stream called Black Saddle.
And a pretty stout team, honestly. I mean, John Pilgrim, Matt Graff, Steve Diker, and Bob Anderson have been doing this for a while as a team. They finished pretty well in that NDA team dart event.
Yes, and then, you know, also in this group we will be featuring today has this season's doubles champions for 501 of Corey Kramer and Rob Speth, alongside of Anthony Cerevogel and Cody Drager. Also in this group, you will see your 501 singles champion, Fred Polanco, with Matt Greslick, Carlos Sagme, and Brad Phillips. So this whole division is chock full of champions. Scuba Steve comes up to the line. Him and John Pilgrim get everything underway. The Black Saddle Bull Shooter is represented by Jim Zilmer, Bobby Wisemith.
There should be some great action this evening. We're going to have Pine Street Mark, Rock Hard, Precision Darts, and the Woods Brad in this bracket as well. And once again, round robin, 5 rounds here. We'll go 4 p.m., 5:15, 6:30, 7:45, and 9 p.m. starts here for this.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Sean.
Better late than never, right?
What'd you think of the parking lot?
Packed. I was lucky that I went all the way to the back and maybe we'll find a spot. So
that when we pulled in, I said, uh-oh, this might take a while to get started and uploaded, because I was fearful with I mean, we thought it's been packed all week, and this is easily the most packed it's been.
I'm sweating already in here. It's gotten a little bit warmer.
Yep, it has.
It has. And I mean, the scope of this tournament we have talked about on the stream more than once cannot compare to what we say to what we've seen. There's no place to stand in a building that holds 3,300 people. There's 3 beer trucks outside. We're not talking trucks, we're talking semis. There is 2 of those big 10-yard dumpsters just to take on the amount of trash that's coming out of this event. There's no place to stand, no place to park. The doors it's like funneling an entire crowd in at once. It is impressive.
The Keys master himself, Scuba Steve, gets a hat trick. giving us those cheese curds, those Wisconsin cheese curds, take home with us. I don't know if they're going to make it all the way, but
Yeah, how about this? We're getting gifts galore here. People stopping by, saying hello, and then Steve goes out and buys each a bag of cheese curds. Doug comes by from Doug's Sports Pub and brings us all a shirt.
Jeremy had Taco Bell for us today.
Man, that's crazy. Crazy. Y'all are too kind here in Wisconsin.
The hospitality has just been incredible.
Here is John Pilgrim.
If you're just joining us, remember that we are playing 501 Master Out, but this is the freeze. Freeze roll is in effect.
You can see the great darters down the line that we might see here this evening. We'll see here this evening at some point. Division 1. Jim Zilmer from Bull Shooters. He has very interesting action, but it works.
Bull Shooters is represented by Demetrius, John, Robbie, and Ryan. They are playing for Reds Novelty Ltd. Black Saddles got Bob, John, Matt, and Steve, and that's Schmidt's Amusement.
Yeah, we are pretty used to Black Saddles, even their team. So a lot of NDA, those guys. Scuba leads 52. Master out. Does change the dynamic from what we saw earlier today. Robbie here can take out this 155 though. Not anymore. I'm going to guess that was a bit of a crazy first start for him.
Yeah, if I'm in Robbie's shoes, I'm going to go bull, leave myself 35 for a freeze opportunity.
Yep. Puts a lot of pressure on John.
Pilgrim sitting at 238. He's going to need a ton or better to give Scuba Steve a chance at 52 if Jim doesn't take out the 118 or freezes him.
Yeah, he needs a hat trick here at the very least. Gets the hat trick. You see him look to the side. He doesn't think that's still enough. And I gotta be honest with you, I kind of agree.
$118, I'd go bull, 18 bull.
Absolutely.
$108, 54 for 54.
See, this is where I think mistakes happen, is when you get upset at the miss on the first start when you still have an out shot.
You are 100% correct, Sean.
And he didn't even go for the out.
He stayed on that bull, set up a freeze.
He still has 2 darts remaining in his hand in case he needs them. And he does not freeze.
That was a tough round for Jim.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a dagger for this leg, most likely, with Steve. 2 for bowl.
2 for 50.
Oh, my goodness. Hit that trip 15.
That is a good call. I would call out that trip 15 as well.
Hits the trip 15.
So I had a new player come up and talk to us about watching our streams.
Yeah?
And one of the things that they thought was really cool is they've been learning their outs because they're new to the game. And they like how we give ideas or we think of what the route should be. Because he said it's really helped him improve his outs that he didn't know.
That's one of those things that we love, is he's got to go double 5. Hits the double 5. What a dart for Robbie Weissmith. And Bull Shooters take a 1-0 lead. That's a pretty good dart inside on the 10.
You notice that Robbie didn't hesitate?
Not at all.
He missed on the inside, and then he went right back to the 5. Earlier, Sean and I talked about the gentleman had missed and looked up into the air and did not complete the out. Robbie missed on the inside for the 10, right at that double 5, and hammered it.
Well, here comes the legend himself, Mr. Bob Anderson. Of course, all those guys represent the USA patch on their jerseys for you. You love to see it. Support all the players have shown this weekend have been awesome so far.
Yeah, and they literally have came up to us and been like, "Hey, can we get a patch to throw on there so we can rep you when we're up there?" I said, "Dude, why not? Heck yeah!"
It is a 1-0 score line to bull shooters, right? Was that just like one that we watched? Sweet. I wasn't even late. No, I was a little bit.
Hammers the hat trick. Right back to Diker.
Scuba with a big hat trick to follow.
Well, if you've noticed our camera angles, you can see all the people is piled up in there.
All right, here is DC.
That is Demetrius Cannon Page.
First look at him. He has a good throw. He does do a little hop on there. That might come back to cost him eventually. But also, he got a hat trick.
Yeah, they will have to fix that score. That the board has been scoring off
Just every once in a while.
on occasion.
It's a good round there. Here's Bob. The only one of the four to not get a hat trick to start off. I think he's going to fix that here. Well, maybe next round. Gets another low ton in there.
Bull Shooters is up 1-0 over Black Saddle in this round of 7.
Say round of 7.
7 legs.
Is it? Wow. Okay. I love it. That's a whole different dynamic for us this evening.
Each one of these teams are going to compete with 35 legs of darts. It's going to be the most wins out of the 2 teams in the bracket to advance to tomorrow's finals.
Scuba doing what Scuba does best, hit some hat tricks. Back to back. DC's going to step up, try to match it. Oh, he drops the third one, but nice looking darts there for DC.
Smooth delivery. Does score the low ton of 117.
Bob with a hat trick here, or now he needs to move to the trip 20 on dart 2 or dart 3 if he would have hit the bowl. Oh no. That is a stumble for Bob Anderson. See what Robbie does to put some pressure on.
Yo, Wiz Kid has been showing a lot of dynamics for us this weekend on USA Darts Productions.
It's good last, leaves a finish. Albeit a 3-triple finish. See what Scuba can do. He just wants to leave 86 now. Does not even do that. That's a little bit of a tricky 3-dart combination.
129 is not an easy one. If you go bull, leave yourself 79. You will go to the 19s. If you go to the 19s early, you can go to the 72 route.
I think I go, yeah, 19 trip 20 or trip 19.
Yeah, that's going that 19 11. Route does still keeps you alive in the out because of a drag outside of a triple.
But DC unable to leave a finish. That last start should have gone at the trip 20. When Bob gets going, Bob is dangerous. But Bob is unable to get going so far in this leg.
You can see him kind of get a little chuckle with himself.
Nope. Oh, boy. Does Robbie take a look at this or try to get low? I think maybe. I'd throw the first dart at it. You never know. Do you trust yourself to hit 2 bowls after if you miss?
He did it. He did it. I agree with you on that one.
Yep. And that still freezes. All Scuba can do is get low. Bullseye here to leave 26, does that. And DC trying to put some pressure on Bob's throw. Even if it leaves him a weird 19, I go Bulls all day.
He does go the bull on the first dart.
I'm okay with that. It's just it gives Bob a little bit of an opening here.
Well, Anderson's back at 233. He doesn't got to press for the freeze because Whiz Kid will return for 57.
And he is, not only is he missing bowls, he is missing into some small numbers. So he's getting unlucky too. When was the last time we seen Bob take 9 darts at a bowl and hit 2 of them?
Been a while. Robbie took up 20 last leg. Can he do the 57 this leg?
And he does. He is 2 for 2. Did you notice that DC is subbing on, it looked like it said sub DC on the board.
See that.
Oh, they might have just changed his name for him. Here's our first look at Ryan.
Lars has been impressive the last 3 days on the string. He's going to want to continue that forward.
We are going to get to see the interesting throw of Matt Graff here. He'll be going 4th in this leg. One of the most interesting follow-throughs in top-level darts that you will see, but it works for him. I don't recommend it for anyone else, but it works for him.
Black Saddle is a team of Bob Anderson, John Pilgrim, Matt Graff, Steve Diker. Bull shooters, Demetrius Cannon Page, DC, Jim Zelmer, Robbie Wismith, Ryan Larson, also known as Lars.
DC only gets 1 bowl there. And here is Matt Graff. So interesting. It's so interesting.
It works, produces a low ton.
Yep.
Right back at Lars.
Ryan only with 8 points last time up. That's unlucky. Gets the bullseye there. All right, here's Bob Anderson. This is round 1 of Division 1 of the Team 01 event. This is the round robin. They will play 5 rounds this evening, with the last one coming at 9 p.m. First one starting at 4. They play all 7 legs. They will play with each other as partners, and then last leg decider where everyone will shoot. 501 freeze. And a nice steady low ton there for DC. And guys, the action is just going to get better and better throughout this evening. Hit that like button for us. Hit that share button. USA Darts Productions. William Stewart, Ryan Mooningham. I'm Sean Green. We are live here at Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin, at the Dells Dome for WAMO 2022. This is Ryan Larscheid.
Well, his nickname is Lars. He has been on our stream for the last 3 or 4 days. Been very impressive.
He is just off on the wires right now.
And that goes to show that every day, like Lars last night was producing some phenomenal darts, and tonight he's just a little bit out of the gate slow. He's a phenomenal player. Just gonna have to get his composure and then reset and produce winning darts.
And we're seeing a different Bob Anderson in this leg.
A little slow in the last leg for Bobby.
Yep, he's picked it up now. I think it's safe to say between these two teams, while Bullshooters has been pretty steady with some of their players, Black Saddle has got to be the favorite.
Last year's champion is Black Saddle. You guys have seen them in NDA. I think they took third. But right now they're down 2-0.
And I like that third dart look for DC. Whatever song is playing is literally playing the alarm sound on an old car, like alarm system. It was like the, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Here's Ryan. That looked weird coming out of his hand. You see that? Moves over a little bit to try and open it up and hits the ball on dart 3, but Bob Anderson running away with it. As we have a Kiki McGee over there. It's even blocked off a little bit. That's the impressive part. Tell you what, none of those level 15 guys kicked that camera all day.
Well, there was 17. Okay, this is the thing that's crazy. There was 1,700 players in the morning session. There is probably double that today. So about 3,500 people playing right now. Right now. We have double the divisions, double the counts on the field. I mean, we have 14 divisions where we had 8 this morning.
DC's going to try and find one more. Gets it. Matt Graff on 264 is just going to try and get as low as possible.
Matt Graff could go low ton or better. Gives Bobby Anderson a nice look at that 67. Lars has been struggling. We could see a freeze.
The impressiveness of Matt Graff to be that consistent with that throw. Again, I'm going to say it every time. Hats off to him. Said he's been throwing like that since he was 4 years old, and no one ever changed him. And then he got used to it. Now if he changed it, he'd be worse than he is now.
Outside for Lars.
What can be different from one night to another?
It could be a fatigue. It could be not feeling well. It could be I'm hungry. It could be a lot of things. It could be just you're off.
Bob hits the 17 to leave the bowl and gets the double bowl just for good measure. 35.79 for Bob.
2-1 Bullshooters over Black Saddle, moving into leg 4. Remind everybody they will play all 7 legs. Be doubles action all the way till the 7th leg, where all 8 team members, or all 4 team members for each team, will be in the final leg.
Here is John Pilgrim. Good first two.
Nice.
Drags the third. But not bad.
No, actually, you know what? A low ton start, you're the very first player, you're good. I mean, because you can come back and you can rattle a couple hats. If you're player number 4 and you have a low ton start and your opponent's all open with a hat, you're behind pretty quickly.
Jim very deliberate to get going, but then he's all right once he gets going. And whoever's voice that was, he can project it nicely. All right,
We
Matt
don't
Graff.
have a button. We don't have a button.
Matt, of course, his unfades, goes up there, hits that button. Just taking his time. And then just rhythms it all the way through. Nicely done from Matt. Yeah, Lars just missing left and right. Just can't find it right now.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Lars, I'm going to go back, I'm going to reset. Maybe take a big long drink. Take a big deep breath. You know, get a little bit motivated, go back to the line. Unfortunately, if you let frustration set in, it's like a waterfall. You can continue to miss and miss and miss, and it gets, unfortunately, in your head, and you slow way down,
And
or you take yourself completely out of the match.
And you don't want to go chasing waterfalls. You want to stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to, Ryan.
He was expecting you to know that TLC reference, and of course you didn't, buddy. I don't blame you. This guy likes to drop a movie line or a song quote every once in a while, and
Hey, I got to keep everyone in the chat on their toes.
leave some people hanging every once in a
And
while.
that's 2 in a row for Jim on hitting the button. And he gives a little bow, but 2 is going to be about it. That's all I'm going to take. The next one, I'm waiting at that line for him to go back up there and hit that button himself. Not going to make a big deal out of it, but I'll wait. That is dead center. Bullseye. Decent.
150.
I feel like once Lars finds it, he's going to be good. The problem is he's running out of time to find it. And it's still not very good. Those other 2 bowls were right there on the wire out of it.
He'll just need to continue to try to get his stroke back.
Yep.
Get back in this match.
John, is he going to leave the 1.6 or 1.79? He does. Doesn't matter what he shot at on the last start. He was going to leave a bogey regardless. Jim holds 5 darts in his hand. 2 of them have white flights, and 3 of them have blue flights.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of players will have extra darts in their hands. It's a tendency of throwing better on dart 1 and dart 2, and then when they have an empty hand for the throw of dart 3, they're offhand, they just don't seem to throw as well.
Well, he misses dart 3 there. The bowl on the last start would have left the 180, which would have been a pretty nice out if he goes hat trick 180. Can't do it now, though, and Matt Graff a chance to get first to the out.
A nice hat trick here will really set up for John and get the pressure off of him to go pull.
And he gets
Low
it.
ton or better to set up Matt for his out. Black Saddle wants this leg to make it a 2-2.
There's a good first start from Ryan. There it is. That looked much better. Here's John Pilgrim.
Didn't like that first lie of that first start. Pulls back, throws his shoulders back, and resets.
Gives a little sly smile, gets the third one in there, but
You did see that smile as well. He just didn't like how that second dart flew.
yeah, I think he could not feel his release there on those 3 darts.
Yeah,
That felt
I
off
agree
to
with you
him.
on that one. Sommer's going to need to go a hat trick, try to get himself into position for an out. Graff's going to be looking at 97 right after him.
Once he gets going, he gets going.
Got a lot of movement in his hand.
Oh, yeah. And he still hits a hat trick. Leaves 76. Matt Graff can take out the 97 and 2. 57 for tops.
57 for 40.
Bullseye for double 14.
Nice out, Matt Graff.
41.75 for a 12 darter. That is how you do that. 2-2. Bull Shooters Black Saddle.
Bull Shooters came out, took the first 2 legs. Black Saddle got right back in it, taking their 2 legs. A 4-3 finish is what we could come down to, but you want to really start stretching out and grab some wins.
All right, we're back with DC. John Pilgrim, big hat trick. Jen's probably saying, you know, you can stop doing that if you want. Right there, I said something like, you know, 180 would have been cooler.
Zimmer would want to answer his hat trick.
See on the board next to us, we got Cody Drager there at the line.
There's the button.
He does it again.
That's number 3. So right now, Jim Zilmer has 3 buttons.
All right, Bob Anderson.
Let's see if he comes right back on the Bob Anderson we know.
Those first 2 darts are any indication. He found it.
3 darts for the hat trick.
Black Saddle has responded nicely after dropping the first 2 legs. But then again, we have not seen Robbie in three consecutive legs here. And he's the one who took out the first 2 legs for Bull Shooters.
Well, and that's how this whole situation works. So you got doubles, and they have different orders to play in. They put in their lineups, they're preset. The board tells them who plays who and what little position. We don't see all 8 players until leg 7.
Big low ton there. Stays in control of the leg. Here's Jim. It's still very impressive that he has all that movement and still. Turns out he knew that dart missed the second it left his hand. Did you see that?
He took his focus off the board, looked up in the sky, and then come back reset.
Yep, and then guess what? It forced him to miss dart 3. Stay in your rhythm. He did hit the button, though, so we're still proud of him.
Anderson's going to want a hat trick here to continue forward.
And immediately misses that opportunity. That's all Ryan's fault.
That's the commentator's curse. He does hammer the low ton. Black saddle 2, bull shooters 2. This is leg number 5.
They play all 7 legs here in round robin format for 5 rounds. 35 legs total. We're going to be with you for every single one of them. Allegedly.
DC needs a 50 right here.
Leaves the finish. Here's John Pilgrim. Gets set up and goes straight to the board. I almost heard his accent with his command that he just did there. Mouthed it.
Low ton does leave him a 128. It is an in out. Bob Anderson's 247 compared to Jim's 328. This out is going to depend on that second player.
Yeah, Jim needs a big round here. That's not going to help it. And he doesn't even get a low ton opportunity.
We've seen some frustrations in that round out of Jim, and I can test that, when you miss the first 2, you got to get 50 in there, and he did do that.
So Bob needs 125 or better to freeze the 165 opportunity for DC, and he is going to give. Yep, DC's going to have the opportunity.
Well, and that's okay. I mean, 108 was perfect. DC is not on and out with 165.
Sure he is. Trip 20, trip 20, trip 15.
He is. I forgot about that master out.
It'll get you every time if you don't think about it. He's looking up too. You have to. Good decision. He missed it, but that's the right decision. I'm taking a shot at the out because at least you're throwing the winning darts. I might get upset at my partner if you do not throw the winning darts when you have the opportunity to do so. Especially when the very next round it bites you in the butt and the opponent comes back and wins. But
54 for 24.
Bullseye for 28, which it actually is registered in the bullseye. He's going to want to back it up now. No, back it up now, buddy. Oh, he got it. That'll win it.
He does go ahead and throw the 128 out.
Yep. I am so surprised he did not walk up there and hit that button.
He didn't back away, and he stayed, kept his composure, stayed there to throw for it.
Well, look at this replay. You can see both of them are in the bullseye, which left him double 14. So when he hits it, which he just did in his rhythm, he made sure right away.
Go look at that board. Go look at that board, guys.
So those are both in there. So it is now 3-2 Black Saddle. They have won 3 on the trot. And Matt Graff starts off with another low ton. And again, let's shout out Will Stewart for the instant replay. See exactly what happened. We were able to watch it again instead of us just having to do speculation on it after it already happened.
We got a message in our chat. It says, "Hey Sean, does that say open in, master out?" Yes, this is master out.
Yep. Yep. We've seen that all weekend long in Division 1.
Ron Thomas says, "Hey Sean."
What's up, Big Ron?
Megan Green says, "That's incredible focus."
That's my beautiful wife.
Good comments coming. Hey, comment on our feed, folks.
Yeah,
I want to
let
hear from you.
See a lot of Hoosiers in there. Where you guys tuning in from? Let us know in the chat. I know a lot of the Wisconsinites are actually in the house tonight.
Yeah, all our viewers are out here playing. Low time out of Graff, low time out of Diker, low time out of Lars.
Robbie breaks off the tip right into that board. You can see it. Just kidding. I don't know what I was looking at. There's no more tip.
I thought it was broken there.
All right. Woo. Yeah, Lars just not finding it currently. Well, just kidding. He corrected himself.
Well, he's seeing hat tricks out of hat tricks out of hat tricks out of Lars. Right now, he's producing low tons.
And Scuba only gets one bowl. So Robbie, a hat trick here, puts him 1 point behind Matt Graff and right there in striking distance. All right, here's Matt Graff. Takes a step back. Something made him pause. All right, buddy, I will. I'm charging my phone here in the background, so we'll get it figured out.
Michelle McKinney wants to know if we're having issues again. Yeah, we're buffering a little bit, but we're staying live. I think Matt will go 15 for 32 here.
Yep, he sure does.
Gets the asphalt on dart 2.
Got it on dart 3, and that's all that matters. Nicely done. 33.40.
Black Saddle goes up 4-2.
They have won 4 in a row.
They dropped the first 2 legs, go 4 on the spin.
And look at this, 7:01 in the last leg decider.
All 8 try to be the first team to have one of them taking it out.
Putting right along with these players. That's just because it's hot in here.
Where we're at, we've got plenty of air and stuff
Right.
running through. Could you imagine, man, on those boards when
Nope.
they start to get warm in here?
Nope, nope,
I mean,
nope.
You're
Yep.
just packed with bodies in there. Like, add 4 times.
Even Lars just apologized for him. It's not a big deal if you don't make it a big deal, and that's exactly what John's doing, is not making it a big deal. Great start from John Pilgrim. Fire it in there, Lars. Yeah, he's just allowing his darts to fly out.
I think frustration's really set in. We watched Lars the last couple days play. He's just frustrated. It's time to go get reset, get ready for the next leg.
And I guarantee you, when you saw him yesterday and the day before, he was throwing it harder than he's throwing it right now.
Exactly.
And Matt Graff starts off with a hat trick, right back to back for that side of the coin. Black Saddle. Both teams of 2 starting off perfect. And Robbie knows that he has to pretty much be perfect now. That's why he's upset after that first dart. Finds on 2 and 3, but he's not happy with low tons.
And that's the one thing that, you know, as we streamed from this morning to today, low tons can get you beat in this division.
Oh, absolutely.
This morning, a low ton was crucial to get your team over the finish line.
Well, and here's a scary thought is that Matt Graff and John Pilgrim are probably the 2 more inexperienced players on Black Saddle. So you almost expect Steve and Bob to follow the hat tricks with hat tricks. Bob does not do so and actually lets them off the hook a little bit. If DC hits a hat trick here, that will really help. That's in the bullseye again. It's getting worse and worse. So apparently we are having some lagging issues on YouTube. So we are Yeah, internet issues all over the place. So we have moved from YouTube for now to just Facebook.
Yes, it is a warm night in the Dome tonight, folks. Yes, Steve, worst stream we've had for a while.